Nah, you can't hit a
No,
Buddha.
never
You know
Buddha.
what I mean? Witchcraft tries to come in there, and I'm like, back off, witchcraft. No,
Not today.
not today. We repent. Welcome,
Uh,
everybody. You are at another episode of Pickles House.
Pickles House.
Yeah. I'm excited today, man. I got a really good friend of mine here today, Thomas Jones. This man, he's been killing it ever since I've seen him step on stage. He's been an inspiration to me and a lot of people in this scene because you're so good at what you do,
Oh
man.
man.
I love what you do. He's a musical act, but he's also like, when I first saw him, I thought he was just a musical act, and then I saw you do a 15-minute set one time, and
Oh
I was
wow.
like, this man is so much more than a musical act. You know, it was inspiring to see.
Oh no, don't
Yeah,
don't buck me up too much.
I'm telling you, bro, I loved it. You are one of my absolute favorite people
thank
in New
you.
Orleans comedy scene.
I try. I try so hard.
Yeah, and it shows. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man.
This will come out in like 2 weeks. Do you have anything you want to plug
Oh man. I don't think.
before we?
I'll just say I'm on Instagram. You can find me at ukulele brother. That's where I post whenever I'm doing anything. So if anything comes up by the time this is out, it's definitely going to be up on there. Also check out my Bandcamp, Thomas Jones at bandcamp.com.
Heck yeah.
You have to spell it all lowercase letters because if you spell like Thomas and Jones with a capital, it will bring you to another guy that's not me. And you don't want to give that guy clicks. Not because he's bad or anything. I like his music, but I want those clicks. Give them to
Yeah,
me.
give him all the Thomas Jones, yeah. My boy TJ. So you gotta also have the album out, right? What's your album called?
Oh,
Plug
yeah.
that.
The album is called Love Songs for Cryptids. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. It's called Love Songs for Cryptids.
And this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, man. I really enjoyed getting these made. They're like cassettes, and then it's a USB. So it just looks.
It's the coolest thing. Like it's so modern. You know what I mean? Like you look at it and you're like, "What? You about to give me a tape, dude?" Nope. We plug that bad boy in.
Psych.
Psych. Very talented musician, you guys. Maybe he brought his uke. Maybe we can get him to do something later
Yeah,
in the episode.
Might just play a little something.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. Let's get to know you real quick, man. Where you from?
I'm from Booty, Louisiana.
Booty.
Um,
Hello.
yeah, about 35, 40 minutes outside the city. Um, Born and raised, grown up, just driving to the city.
How many are you? A single
Oh no,
child in
I
your
have
family? How many?
I have two brothers and a half brother up in Chicago.
Okay, where do you sit?
I'm in the middle. I'm the middle child. Got that middle child energy. Always in trouble. Jack of all trades. Master of like maybe two or three of them.
Yeah, you're definitely a master at what you do in comedy, bro. In the music world, I love it.
I try. I've been playing music before I did comedy.
Yeah.
I started when I played trumpet, trombone, and tuba,
Okay.
and then from there I was just like, fuck
I'm
it.
not gonna lie, you look like a tuba guy, bro. You look
Right.
like you've been in some parades with a tuba.
Never parades, but I played in a lot of like brass bands.
That's what's up.
Not a lot of brass bands, but like, when you're in middle school and you have like a Hot Eights or a Dirty Dozen CD, and you're just like,
Heck
oh,
yeah.
bro, this is the shit. This
Heck yeah.
is what we need to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you
That shit
kind
was
of,
fun.
I know a dude in the Hot Eight, and you kind of remind me of him a little bit named Larry, Big Larry. What's up, Big Larry?
Shout out to Big Larry.
What's happening? But you guys, y'all do have that same. It's a musician thing that y'all have. You know what I mean? The bigger fellas,
Oh,
y'all got that fucking bass drum tuba energy. You know what I mean? And y'all are fire at that shit.
Because you got to carry that big old thing all day.
Yeah.
So you might as well find that energy,
Hell
get
yeah.
hype.
And you're doing well, bro. You're doing well. So up at let's see, elementary school, did you have any hobbies and stuff
Um,
in the beginning of your development? Like, how about this? What was your first inspiration into like the arts?
my first inspiration was Ooh, dude, that's a tough one. I think uh, when you're in little, they're constantly throwing stuff at you, so like you can kind of pick up on something and kind of learn. And I think like as stupid as it sounds, it was a video that we had to watch for my band class, and it was like Yo Yo Ma,
Yo Yo Ma.
and he was playing cello. And I just remember thinking, oh wow, this is what happens when you like devote yourself to something.
Yeah.
Like you can make something like so beautiful.
And cello is beautiful.
So from there,
To listen to.
oh yeah, absolutely. And from there, I just kind of wanted to figure out what it was that I kind of wanted to develop and kind of wanted to make beautiful. And first thing was music.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So you also got a great voice, man. Sometimes we go sing karaoke in this scene, bro. And Thomas is my favorite because he sings Sinatra. It's my favorite. You're my favorite person to watch, dude, because you kill that shit.
Oh fuck, dude, I love Sinatra.
Like
you
I
know-
can do My Way. What's the song that you sing?
I do My Way, Fly Me to the Moon, You Make Me Feel So Young.
You Make Me Feel So Young. I think is the one.
Yeah.
I love hearing you.
Uh,
This is because you really gotta sing that motherfucker. Is that one?
Yeah, that's one of them. I was actually, I did Guys and Dolls,
Okay.
stage play, and that was one of the songs I used to audition.
Okay.
And it was a fun experience. I like just doing whatever. but,
Stage
like,
plays. So you used to do plays.
Yes, I did plays in high school. I did a little bit of community theater when I was still in college.
All right.
And that's fun, but I think I love comedy more.
Is that your first time on stage though?
Um,
Stage plays, or was it
Yeah.
music?
no, I don't know. I think it's like a combination of both because it was usually like I was either like doing something for drama for school, or me and my friends, we formed bands and we were always playing like house parties or like out of somebody's garage, or like we were getting booked to play like at a fucking
How old were y'all?
our first band, we were like 13, 14.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the story is like once we got booked to play at this Mexican restaurant, and there was a bar in there, so our parents had to come, like chaperone our first show at this
Okay.
bar, and like they had to like bring us out into the lobby to like eat, and then bring us back on when we were supposed to be on stage, and we couldn't hang out and watch the other bands. And then people were like, "Hey man, that's not cool. Like y'all need to."
I want to be.
Experiences.
I want to be part of the festivities that are going on. That's awesome. You guys to perform as a young person in a bar, though. You know,
Oh, yeah.
my dad used to. My dad was a Bourbon Street blues player, and I remember he used to take me to bars whenever he would play gigs and shit, bro. It was.
Good.
I remember, dude. Like I remember being in a bar on Bourbon Street. Like he didn't take me too much, but I do remember that shit. Like I snatched a daiquiri from somebody. And I didn't.
You knew this life is for me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm home. You know,
I need to be back here every day.
this is where I feel comfortable, even since a child. My dad brought me to my first bar. Thanks, Dad. Now I live in them.
Shout out to Pops.
Shout out, Pops was having baby. Nah, we also work on instruments too, bro. That's why I've always been around arts. I love musicians and stuff, man.
Yeah, for like somebody that works on instruments, you play guitar?
I played the drums a little bit.
Oh, drums.
A little bit, not
Nice.
much. Yeah, they were good to get anger out as an angry teenager. Yeah,
I want to play drums, but I'm not coordinated enough. I know I can't move my feet and my hands.
yeah. It's like recently I got to play a little bit for Craig Robinson,
Oh, nice.
and whenever he was doing all those sets and shit down here,
Hell yeah.
and he was asking for a drummer and in the audience because we were at fucking Ugly Dog. And
Oh,
they got
okay.
the stage. They
Oh,
got
yeah,
they
I've
got
seen that
the,
picture.
They got
Okay,
the
I know what
drum.
you're talking
They got
about.
the drum set on stage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
nobody would get up. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll get up." This This is right up
This is
my
my
alley.
chance.
Yeah, I didn't have drumsticks, dude. All I had was the hi-hat and the bass drum. And I'm just like, doom, doom, cha, doom, 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 cha. And that was the beat I was going with. But I haven't played the drums in so long, my legs started to cramp up and shit. And the beats started coming out like, and I was like shaking and shit.
The spasms. You
Yeah,
couldn't take it.
I started had to like using my hands and shit because I was up there, dude. We were up there for 20 minutes. You know, it was. I love musicians, dog. I love. So let's see, bro. Were you any athletic at all when you were younger?
Yep, I played football and I wrestled.
Hell yeah. Football. What'd you do first?
Football was first.
Did you
and
play
then,
for school or parks?
rec ball.
Park ball.
hmm
That shit's fun, right?
Oh,
Who'd
it's
you play for?
I played for. I switched it up. I was like 1 year. Like I used to play for like Mimosa. We were the Mustangs, and then
Oh shit.
and then Luling. We were
I played for the Mustangs middle school.
the Mustangs middle school.
Yeah, Barrero Middle, baby.
Oh, Marrero. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget sometimes that you're from Marrero.
Yeah, man.
It makes sense. It really fits.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Yeah, I know. I dress like I'm stuck in 2006. Yeah,
You look like you're always waiting for a Hot Boys video to pop off.
we got in Marrero. We got
That was rude as fuck.
no. You got it fits. It definitely fits, bro. I'm just the white boy popping up in the back like.
It's like we always need one.
Yeah, Marrero has a lot of artists like Baby Boy and what's that? Shoot, Jubilee, I think.
I'm trying to think.
What's that song? Burn, burn, burn. Who does that song for the Saints? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Grim, you know that song?
yeah.
Not off the top of my head.
Burn, 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 the rapper, bro.
I know exactly what
You know
you're
what I'm talking
but I
about?
can't think
Is
of the
that-
name. You ever do that? Like somebody's like, hey, this thing that you know distinctly, say it right now. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck.
Well, that dude, he's from Marrero, and people don't know that was just a remix of his first song a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah, like that song been out here, bro. I've been listening to
man.
that shit since I was young. I was like, I'm looking around at people that like, I was like, oh, where were y'all 15 years ago? Whenever this shit was really hot, you know, when I was in high school. Yeah.
When shit was fresh. When shit was popping.
When it was popping out here in Marrero, you know, I really was. There was girls in my fucking class. They were like, I was in the video. I was. We got a lot of artists that come out of Marrero, dude. You know,
I don't know.
I guess it's a struggle place to grow up.
It
You
feels
know,
like that.
It really is. Like
It seems like the kind of place where you're like, man, I'm either gonna have to rob somebody or I'm gonna have to make an album to get out of here.
you sell drugs.
I'm
you gotta play
gonna have to
sports.
hit it platinum.
Yeah, you got to do something, bro. You gotta learn how to tame your tongue or tame your life in some kind of way, cause yeah, you end up a 2-time felon quick. Oh man, you ever got in trouble? Were you a trouble kid?
Oh, I
You
was
said you was a
big troublemaker.
Yeah,
Um,
what was your troublemaker life like?
Oh man, I was smoking a lot of weed.
Bring it a little closer.
I was smoking a lot of weed at my house,
Yeah.
at my mom's house, and I way shouldn't have been doing that. I've been arrested twice for possession of marijuana.
Ooh.
The first time wasn't as bad because it was out in.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
not skip over this smoking weed at mom's
Okay.
house because you got a black mother, right? And
Yes.
how was that? She ever caught you?
Yes, she's caught me several times, but one of them I've been able to like wiggle out of because at the time I was also smoking cigarettes.
Ooh.
So what I would do was I would roll my own cigarettes. So when I had like roach butts, like I would just mix them in with my cigarette butts that I had
Yeah.
rolled. So when my mom saw them for the first time, I was like, oh no, that's all tobacco. And I would pick out the ones that were tobacco, unroll them so she would see this is not weed, this is brown, this is not green.
You got a planted tobacco butt.
Oh, absolutely.
That one right there is what I'm showing mama. That's great. So you got out of it once, but what was it like? Was she would get mad at you if you whenever she first caught you?
Oh yeah, she was very mad because my mother, she's a church lady, she's a teacher,
Okay.
and my mom's entire life never drank alcohol,
Wow.
never smoked, never done any drugs.
Oh wow.
So like her son smoking weed is the end of the world.
She got it.
Oh, the apocalypse is Jesus is coming tomorrow, and I'm going straight to hell. Not even going to purgatory
Oh, no.
for the fucking 1,000 years. Straight to hell. And it's something that she's grown. You know, she's learning.
Yeah.
So now it's not so much of a big deal.
She ain't smoked with you yet.
I did get her high on accident once.
Yeah. Was it edible?
No, what it was. So when I was going to college and hookah was
Yeah.
getting like big, was just like the thing.
Yeah.
So I had bought a hookah, and my mom knows what hookah is. She's not stupid.
Right.
So she would, I would be out in the garage smoking hookah, and she might come outside and talk to me for a little bit. Well, one night, I put weed in it around like the hashish, and
Yeah.
she came out to sit with me, and I didn't want to stop smoking because then that would look suspicious.
Yeah.
So I would just keep hitting it, and I would try and like blow it around her.
Ooh.
But there was a big old fan behind me that would just throw it right in her face. So like after she'd been out there with me for like 45 minutes, she's just like, "Hey, do you want to go to Wendy's?"
Yes, Mom, I
was
do
like,
want to go to Wendy's.
"Yeah, Mom, I'll go. You stay here. You stay here. Don't leave."
Mama got the munchies from Contact High. Did you ever tell her you think you got her high?
Oh no, she's probably gonna see this and know. This will probably start that conversation.
Hi, Mom. I'm Pickle.
What's good, Mom?
That's what's up, bro. All right. I love hearing people's backgrounds and stuff because my dad used to find all kinds of shit in my house. And I've come home to my dad throwing away pounds.
Oh man,
You know what I mean? And he won't come home after he's thrown away pounds. Like, I'll just feel robbed. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody broke in, but it's just gone. And then he'll pop back up 2 days later and be like, "Hey, we need to talk." I'm like, "Oh, shit."
God,
But yeah, I used to have times with my parents, too. Let's see. All right, more trouble from Thomas Jones. All right. What was your thing after getting caught? What were you about to get into?
Trouble at school, I guess. Like
Trouble at school.
I was very much a ladies' man.
Oh shit!
I was.
I got questions later for that subject.
I
But
got
keep
you.
going.
And I was always trying to like figure out, okay, how can I skip band practice? How can I skip fucking football? How can
What
I skip
grade did
choir?
this start?
This was in high school.
Okay.
When they were like, okay, you're becoming adult. You have slightly more free range of your area.
Yeah.
And they fucked up.
Yeah, they
because
fucked up.
I realized there was a spot behind the stage, the dressing rooms, and they just always kept those doors open. So I would just bring girls in there to make out.
What?
And it was like one day, like they had caught us, and then from that day on, like they just started locking all the doors
Oh, shit.
for like all the back rooms after that.
You changing shit in the school. That's awesome.
New rules are being made.
Did you-
Procedures need to be followed now.
Is that where you broke your virginity? In the back of the...
Nah, it was never after school. But
No. That's what's up. That's good trouble, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Very
that
good
kind of
trouble.
good trouble.
Only bad.
Oh yeah. No, I was skipping to go get high. I was
Nice.
skipping to go fucking like really leave school campus, and it eventually was just like, fuck it, I'm not going back.
Oh man, see that's the great part about like new high schools, like where they have like technology programs and work study programs. So like you leave campus for like a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
You fucking spend 30 of those minutes getting high as fuck and stopping
Yeah.
at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then you go back to class, and then you just good as gold.
See, I was just the person who got the car first.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Yeah,
All
my
right.
grandpa gave me his old Grand Marquise, and I was like, all right, it's time. You know, we had our ways first, you know what I mean? Like, we had our whole thing. We would act like we would go to school, we'd just get dropped off, all of us in a pack, and sometimes
Right.
we would go, and sometimes we wouldn't. But I mean, we had the first block schedule at John Ehret,
Okay.
which is 4 classes one day and a different 4 classes the next day, which made it absolutely easy to
Right.
skip. You know what I mean? Like we were like, Spanish. I'm not going to Spanish. I hate it. I'm not doing it.
I'm El Gano.
I
I'm out of here.
I signed up for French. You bitches gave me Spanish. What is this?
Parlez-vous?
Vele chez so I don't know. They didn't give it to me. Voulez-vous coucher avec toi? That's what I was trying to say. They didn't give me the French. I couldn't learn it, and I'm pissed off about it. I don't want to take Spanish. Even when I took Spanish, I would piss off my Spanish teacher. Even when I
Yeah.
tried to take it seriously, she would just hate me. The class would laugh at me. Like I would try to, she would like say 11. I'd be like 11, 11, 11, and they'll no, bitch. I learned how to say it afterwards. You know,
Like after you left school.
only yeah, I can count to like 15 or some shit like that.
Good skill.
Yeah, multa. That's the main one you need to learn in Spanish. Multa.
I think I learned the most important Spanish, which is "Donde está la baño?" Where's the bathroom?
That's good.
Una cerveza. One beer.
Well, man, there you go.
Yeah, that's the only Spanish I need to know.
My buddy's Puerto Rican baby mama told me, "¿Qué estás haciendo?" Which is "How are you doing?" or something like that, or "What are you doing?" And "Te veo más tarde," which is "I'll see you later." I'll see you. And in the middle, I got "Multa." How you doing? Multa.
Multa?
Spoke. See you later. That's all I needed. I'm
You
good
ever
to
thought
go.
about doing like a Duolingo or like Babbel, trying to learn some language?
I would like to learn Italian.
Oh,
I
nice.
wouldn't mind that, just
Nice,
because of my Italian heritage. I still got family in Ustica, which is an island off of Sicily.
Oh, nice.
And I got to meet them one time. They came
hell
to
yeah.
visit him. They came to America when I was a child.
Okay.
And I would love to go out there, you know what I mean? And just, you can't fuck nobody on the island. You got to be careful because they're all
Because
related.
you're all family.
They're all family, you know?
The island's basically an Olive Garden.
Yeah.
When you hear your family.
That's exactly right. I really want to go just for the food, the fat boy purposes. You
hell
know? Yeah, I need to see what it's really like out there. What is your dough like?
What-
Yeah,
Is pasta made today?
pasta's made today, babe. Pasta's made 2 hours ago. Fresh pasta.
Wine so fresh you can still taste feet?
Ooh, I wouldn't mind like
Little foot wine?
making
Little-
my own wine. Yeah, making my own backyard foot wine. Then I'll drink. I usually don't drink, but if I made my own shit, I'd probably drink a little bit. You know,
I feel that.
yeah. You got to try your own stuff.
I made my own beer once.
Yeah.
And that went horrible.
So you say you got arrested. That's what we forgot to talk about. That's what I was trying to bring
Okay.
back up.
The first time I got arrested for possession of marijuana, and it was stupid. It was dumb as fuck. My biggest problem was, so you saw the car that I got out there. I'm driving, big old white Astro van. That's probably the one car that I've actually tried to take care of.
Okay.
Before, I was just buying cars on Craigslist, and I was driving them into the fucking ground. I did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
So this car that I was driving at the time, like the brakes were going out, the brake master cylinder failed.
Okay.
And it was me and my homeboy and these two girls that we picked up. Because at the time we were working on the beach on Bourbon. Two girls from the beach. And we were driving, smoking blunts. And we get to a stoplight. And I go to hit my brakes, and my brakes don't stop. So I just P-lay this car right in front of me.
Shit.
And cops come, they're like, all right, we smell it. Where is it? They fucking tear my car apart.
As they love to do.
Oh, because they just want to.
Yeah.
And I spent the night in Gretna.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And at the time I was like, fuck, man, this is it. That's my life. Everything's over. Because at the time I was like 20, so like,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man, this is it. And then you go to court and they're like, yeah, that's a $1,000 ticket.
Yeah.
Pay that whenever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so I could go home? No drug test? They're like, no, get out of here.
Oh, you lucky. They gave me shit, you know.
Oh, man.
They gave me my first one. I remember we got pulled over. We just went to go see the movie 666, and the date was 668. 668, you know, and we were in Gretna, bro. We were in fucking Gretna, dog. We get pulled over, and I didn't realize my buddy had the pistol on him, and I didn't realize that I had a gram of weed, good weed too, in my fucking middle center console. And them bitches took us to fuck jail. They gave me. I went to fucking court dressed like fucking in a suit and everything. I felt like I was like, well, I'm a Teflon Don this shit, like John Gotti, bitch. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm going in there.
If I look nice, they'll respect my gangster.
That's right. That's right. That's how living that life. Gram of weed, bitch. And
Yeah, I move shit around here.
yeah, because my boy took the gun charge. It was his gun. It was in his fucking old lady's name. Like, it was a legal gun. So I just got the weed charge. And they gave me my first one. What was it? Diversion.
Diversion.
Fucking diversion. And it was diversion so sweet. Like, I was still doing drugs and passing drug tests and shit like that. Like, I would go in and talk to my probation officer and be like, look, I just took a Xanbar 2 days ago. I don't know if I'm passing this one. And she's like, why did you take a Xanbar? I was chilling with a girl after work, you know. She was cool, though. She never, like, reprimanded me. She never, like, fucked me over. I got, like, diversion was, like, the easiest form of drug court ever.
She was like, let me get this poor fool out of here.
Yeah. But you got off easy with just a fine.
Oh, super easy.
I had a fine also, 800. That was my fine.
800?
Yeah. Plus fees. Plus you got to fucking pay for urine tests.
Yeah.
You know, it was horrible. So what's up with your second time? What was that like?
The second time, I blamed nothing but myself. I was speeding, and I was speeding in St. Charles, Louisiana, and I just got boop boop. And they pulled me over, and he's like, hey.
How far apart were they?
Like years.
Okay.
The first one, it was like when I was like 19, just turned 20, something like that. And the second one was like last year, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, like recent.
Okay.
And that one, it sucked more because it was just the whole bullshit of it. It's embarrassing, like when you're in your hometown where I grew up and you get arrested and they pull you into the fucking Walmart and people are coming up to the cops, talking to, hey, we saw you at church the other day. And it's like, hey, man, this is the most embarrassing moment of my life. Can you, like, go?
Right.
Like,
right. They were talking to you like that?
they were talking to the cops like that.
Oh, the
just
cops.
like, I'm handcuffed, like, sitting on the bumper of a car. And they're just like, oh, let me go talk to these cops.
Yeah.
As they're, like, fucking taking out my seats to find more weed.
Oh, no.
It's like, you're not going to find any more than, like, the fucking... It's crazy. Like, it's like two blunts I had.
Oh, wow.
And they decided, we're going to...
It's really shitty, you know, because that's just like a fucking ticket now, but weed shouldn't even never been a charge, bro. It's like, you know how we feel about that shit.
It's legalize it.
Legalize it.
What are we doing?
Fully. Yeah. Because that's some bullshit to go to jail for.
Oh, for real.
It really is. It really sets up later charges that you get in trouble for. Well, I got in trouble for bigger punishments. It really fucked me over.
Right.
1 gram.
It's so stupid because it's like you're really just fucking up like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Like you're only really catching, kids,
That's
smoking
true.
marijuana.
People who are not like we don't look at each other as criminals. We're just trying to have fun.
Right. Mm-hmm. But like also like a cop's not going to come up to the front of a comedy show and be like, "Up, everyone on the ground, we smoke weed all night." But like if you're a kid just hanging out at the park, they'll be like, "Hey, That's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
It's like, yo.
Yeah. You ever got harassed by a policeman?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Like
absolutely.
like bad like. What
There's
was?
been times where I've driven home and like been pulled over and like just thinking, I'm not speeding. Like I know all my lights work. What's
Yeah.
going on? And then like they don't really tell me anything. Like they're just, so where are you going? Where are you coming from? Do you have anything in the car? Can we search you? And when you tell them no, they're like, well, that's a little suspicious. It's like, well,
You tell them no.
Yeah, I tell them no.
You got balls, bro.
If I don't have anything, I'll tell them no.
They
Yeah.
don't care about what I say. They're like, we're gonna go through your car, sir. We see your record. They're like, you might as well just tell the truth, buddy. They don't give a. You got some balls for saying no for real.
No, I mean, I truly believe like it's about like some people don't realize like the kind of rights and like the kind of leeway they have, and I'm all about like, hey, look, if you're gonna harass me, fucking, I'm gonna give you a hard time.
Right.
Like, yeah, like
No, I dig
go
that.
get the dog, and do the hand motion so the dog barks so you can tear up my car anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm already late for the show.
Right.
Fuck, I might as well like make you go through the whole rigmarole of doing bullshit.
Have you ever used comedy privilege when you got pulled over yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that the fucking shit? I recently found out there's a thing. There's a comedy privilege thing. Like, cops like comics, dog. And
Oh, they think it's so fun.
yes. Like, tell me about yours. What's your favorite?
Do you know Eric Hollaback?
That sounds familiar. I don't think I personally know him.
So he was living down here. He was originally from New Jersey, living down here for a little bit. And me and him were driving back from a show in Mandeville,
Okay.
one of Corey Mack's shows,
Okay.
and we were a little fucked up. We get pulled over by some St. Tammany police officers, and like 3 or 4 show up, and they were asking like, "Where you guys coming from? What are you doing?" So we tell them, "Yeah, we're coming from a comedy show. We're comedians."
Yeah.
So he goes back, he runs our IDs, and he comes back and he's like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna need you to step out of the car. Something came up on your license." And Eric's like, "Oh fuck, really?" He's like, "Nope, I'm a comedian too. You boys have a good night."
Ah.
And it's like, what the fuck? No, it's not a good joke.
That is, I would rather get hit with a joke like that than them actually taking me out the car, especially when you fucked up. You know, I recently did that on the way back from Mississippi. I had a gig. Shout out Patty Dwyer with the show out in Mississippi, dude. It was a good little show at the Sky Bar in Biloxi. So I'm on the way back and I'm stoned, but I had a little piece of weed and I decided to light that bitch up while I was driving. And I just hit it was a roach and I threw it out the window, but you know that shit stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit fucking stinks, bro. And apparently, like, I must have been doing something. You know? Oh no, you know what he told me? He said the light over my license plate was burnt out. Did you ever get you with that bullshit? I get hit with that stupid shit. I'm like, is that a real thing? I never even noticed a light over my license
I
plate.
get that one. And have you ever gotten? You have something hanging from your rear view. You're not supposed to have anything hanging from your
Never
rear
got
view?
that one yet.
I've got that one a few times.
Never got that one yet. Is that real wood? Right here, buddy. I don't need it.
One of 'em.
I don't need it in my life. But this dude pulls me over. He also said I was riding in the left lane for 7 miles, which you can't ride in the left lane in Mississippi, he said. Just ride, you know what I mean? It's just a passing lane.
Okay.
So I can't ride in the left lane. I was like, all right. And he pulled me over, and I'm stoned. I know it smells like weed. He's like, how you what's up? What's going on with you? I'm like, oh, I'm a comic. I'm just coming from a show in Biloxi. And he was like, oh, yeah? That's what's up, man. Tell me a joke. And I was like, dirty or clean? He said, dirty. I was like, I love eating pussy. So, and I went on about that for a little while. And he started getting calls in on his shit. And he was like, I couldn't find my insurance, too. I was like looking for my insurance through my shit. But I knew I had just went to Michigan. So my insurance, I got my insurance paid while I was out of town. So she sent it to me through my emails. And my emails are fucked. I got so much shit. So I'm just going through. I'm like, I'll find it one day, you know. And he's like, I'll be right back, you know. and he comes back.
You're like, I gotta.
He sticks his head in the window. He goes, "Hey, you like Tom Segura?" I was like, "Yeah, I love Tom Segura." He was like, "Cool, that's what's up." He was like, "Look, man, I'm just gonna let you go. I'm not gonna take any more of your time."
What if you said no?
I don't know.
I hate Tom Segura. Get on the ground.
You didn't see his wall joke about Louisiana? Hell no. No, I do love Tom Segura. But I told him, I was like, yeah, I love Tom Segura, man. And he was like, all right, sir, here's your license. I'm going to just let you go on. You know, stay out of that left lane. I was like, thank you. And he let me, I was like, I'll take it, bro. I will fucking take it. I will.
We take those.
I was like, was that comedy privilege right there? Because I know my white privilege been taken away from me. It was on the second felon. Like they were like,
the second felon. They're like, okay, give me that card. Come on, give it back.
We don't trust this one no more. Excuse me. Yeah. It's interesting to see the things comics people like just don't, they overlook with comics, you know.
Right.
We do get a cool fucking thing out there as comic privilege, and I love that. You know, I just recently found out what's your coolest thing you ever got from being a comic? How about that? You ever be given something free? Just from a fan or anybody?
1 year at Jazz Fest, it was either Jazz Fest or Voodoo. I can't remember. But me and my friend, we were walking around Voodoo, went to like a drink tent, about to pay for my beer. And the dude right next to me is like, hey, I saw you at, he's like, I saw you at Howlin' Wolf one night. It was like a Comedy Beast or something. And I was like, oh yeah, thank you, so much. And, I'm glad you had fun. And he's like, yeah, man, I'll just buy you a beer. And, fucking Jazz Fest beers are like fucking $5, $6.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, that was, you might as well just bought me a car at that point. I'm like,
hell yeah.
fucking right.
Hell yeah.
Don't got to spend money for drinks out here.
That's what's up. The coolest thing I ever got was this year, in the beginning of the year, I went to Austin, Texas, and I went to Franklin. Shout out to Franklin's Barbecue. Them bitches are so... You ever been to Franklin's Barbecue, dude? No. Holy fuck. Austin, Texas, dog. If you ever go there, go to Franklin's. You got to go there early in the morning, or you'll be standing in the line like po' boys, that po' boy place we got, Parkway.
Oh, Parkway?
You know how they got that hour-long line? If you don't go early in the morning, you standing in that line.
Jesus.
It's crazy. That's how good they are.
All right.
But I was talking to a waitress over there, and she was like, "You're a comic?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the Creek in the Cave tonight. You should come." And she was like, "I'm going to give you a pie," and she gave me a fucking pecan pie, dog. It's like one of those homemade pecan pies that they get. It was so delicious.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I love Fat Boy treats. You know what I mean? Fat Boy treats are the shit.
I think that was the best comedy that we could do is like when you're doing comedy for food.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was living...
I will do jokes because I'm hungry. Just
I was living with... when I was staying in Kenner, I was living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house with 3 strippers.
Oh,
and
shit.
We spent all the money on cocaine. There was never food. And Corey, one night, he called me and he's like, hey, man, do you want to come do a set tonight? I can't pay you, but you'll get a free steak dinner. And I was like, fucking right.
Corey Mack?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yeah, I want that steak.
Yeah.
I want that steak more than anything. I've been eating ramen for the past 5 days. I need protein.
That's great. Oh man, yeah. So you are BC. You're before COVID, which means you've been around, dog.
Yep.
So where did you start comedy at? What was your introduction? Do you remember your first time on stage?
Yes, I do. So when I started doing comedy, I did my first show when I was 15. And what it was, the venue that I was doing a lot of my shows for my bands, one night they did a comedy night. And these are guys that, Chris Fontana, he died a couple years ago, bless his soul. Brian Bodhagen, I'm not sure where he is. He's like comedy's Bigfoot. Like you'll just see him out sometimes.
He's a myth.
Guys that like really kind of got me into it. And I remember my first show, and it was like probably like 5-6 people there. The show wasn't very wasn't very well promoted,
Yeah.
but it was my first time going up and reading out the jokes that I had written down,
Okay.
and it was a good start. It's good because like everybody there knew I'm new. This is
Right.
bullshit. So they were pretty nice to me. They were relatively nice to me, and but the second show I did,
Second show.
it was at a place called Sea Beavers out in
Sea
Metairie.
Beavers.
Sea Beavers
In Metairie.
in Metairie.
Old Metairie.
and
Sea Beavers.
And at that show, I ate my dick on stage. It was awful. It was the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you've heard this. They're like, okay, like when you bomb so hard, you either like quit or like you figure out, okay, I think I can do that again.
Yeah.
It's about like how many times can you eat shit and then go back up.
Right.
And that was the first time
It's
I was
true.
like, okay, I think I'm willing to eat shit.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Like I told you, 12 Mile was my first place doing it. And you know what? In the beginning, it's a very supportive place. You know what I mean? If you're doing the right jokes and stuff like that. So I had a
Right.
good experience my first time at 12 Mile. Then I went to Hi Ho and tried that same shit I did at 12 Mile and ate shit. Like I ate that. It was one of those. It's still embedded in my soul. How bad?
Oh.
Yeah, because then the one punchline I had, like the comic came up behind me and used it in his opening set, and it made just a pickle reference that fucking I was like, and it exploded in laughter. Like, I was so bad, and he just took my one pickle punchline and used it and got a fucking huge laugh. And after that, I was like, fuck it, I gotta go do it again. You know what I mean? I can't just. It was so bad, but I
Like now
remember,
that you know that the line works.
yeah,
You're like, okay.
somebody else used it. You know?
It's not the joke. It's me.
It's me.
I gotta.
You know. Yeah, it was so bad, bro. That first fucking bomb, it's a mind fuck. You know what I mean? You're just sweating and shit. And Hi Ho is a bad place to bomb at because you're above everybody and you're looking at them and it's crickets. And that's the first bright light. If you're in New
Yep.
Orleans comedy, that's the first bright light that you ever get to hit you. You know what I mean? And you don't know how to handle that shit. I can't hold a microphone. I got out of there, bro. I got out of there. It was the worst 3 minutes of my life. And you never think 3 minutes can be that long.
Oh, it's
Until
a nightmare.
you sit in silence while you're waiting for laughs. It breaks your heart just a little.
My favorite thing is like when people that don't do comedy or like newbies to the scene come to a show for the first time, and they're like, "Man, I only get 3 minutes to do my jokes," and it's
Yeah.
like, if you can't tell a joke in 3 minutes, then you
Yeah.
should figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like you go up there and they do probably like a minute and a half, and they're like, "Oh, that's everything that I had written down on this one sheet of paper."
Right.
And I don't know. It's just about learning, and I feel like I'm cheating because I do the music.
It's not cheating.
It's cheating.
It's a variety. We got plenty of variety acts.
Oh yeah, I think it's good.
But
that,
you're
you know,
definitely one of the best at the variety act. You know what I mean? Like,
I try
you're
so hard.
fucking beast. You know, it's always a pleasure. Like, you're one person I get. It's like a pleasure for me to see you perform. You know what I
man.
mean? It's like one of those sets that I'm just not hearing this dude do his set again. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like I get to hear this dude do his set again. This is fucking great. You know, I love it so much. That's so. I want to ask you a question, but I don't know if we're there yet. So we'll get to it.
All right.
So when you after your second bomb, how long did it take you to get funny?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like after my second bomb, I think it took me about another year until. So like you said, like I do ukulele stuff, but then before I even started doing ukulele stuff, I was just doing straight time. I was just
Okay.
writing jokes, and I think like after a year after my second time bombing, the kind of lesson that I learned is like how to kind of formulate my jokes, like my stage presence. I think that's what I mean. I think I formulated
Yeah.
my stage presence, and then from there, I think my jokes got funnier because I knew what voice I'm telling them in,
Yeah.
my actions on stage, the persona that I'm putting out,
Yeah.
and from there, it's just been progressively like, okay, what's the next thing I can do to step up my game?
Yeah.
You know.
So when did it go from just jokes to music and jokes?
So around that time, when I decided to start doing music and jokes, I was playing for a band called West End,
Okay.
and we were getting relatively popular. And I was splitting time between doing music and then doing comedy. And while we were traveling with the band, one of the guys had a ukulele, so I started fucking around with it and just kind of messing around. And around that time, like our band was kind of, we're all growing up, we're all going our different ways.
Yeah.
So the band kind of fizzled out, but I kind of figured that I wanted to keep playing music. And Bo Burnham was also kind of big at the time, so I was like, okay, now I'm not just a hack with a ukulele.
Right.
People respect, musical comedy somewhat again. So I was willing to take that chance and play a song at an open mic and then see kind of what that reaction was.
You
And
remember what your first song was that you played?
the first song that I played was, it's called Make It Home, a song that is available on my album, Love Songs for Cryptids, available
Go get it.
wherever you download music
Go
and
get it.
Bandcamp. And Make It Home is very much about when I started doing shows and I would drive to the city and then I would get fucking shit-faced hammered and then drive back to Booty, Louisiana.
Okay.
And it's about drunk driving.
People in New Orleans could definitely relate.
Oh, yeah.
But I think people all around the world could definitely, like, at least America,
Oh,
could
definitely.
definitely relate to that shit. And did it go over well?
I think it went over pretty well. People were digging it. It was definitely, I feel like it was definitely something new because, not a lot of people are expecting music at an open mic, or at a comedy open mic at least.
Yeah.
But then they kind of warmed up to it. I feel like ukulele has like a lot of negative intentions for some reason.
Yeah.
But so at first, like when people see the ukulele, they're like, here it comes. And then I feel like I've kind of like
And then
broken through
you
that.
happen.
Yes, I happen. And people like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, and that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I feel like that first one, it went, at least from my memory, well enough for me to be like, okay, let me keep doing this.
And how long did it take from that point for you to develop the style? Because you do jokes and songs and stuff. I love your style because it's like you've created your flow, and I dig that. you know?
Yeah.
You're definitely one of the people who has found himself.
Thank you. Because that was like the hardest part for me was, okay, I have songs and then I have jokes.
Right.
I would say collectively, like if I could put them all together, if I find like the perfect merge between my songs and my jokes, I probably have like an hour 30.
Yeah.
But it was all about, okay, which jokes lead into songs and then which jokes come out of songs. What songs go best with what group of jokes.
Yeah.
And it's all about, like you said, it's the flow, it's the way you present yourself. And I wanted to be able to tell stories that kind of concretely flow between these mishmash of songs about living with Bigfoot and dating mermaids.
Yeah.
But also talking about this is the time I worked in the mall, and
Yeah.
this is what it's like when I'm high in the McDonald's parking lot.
And you do it well, bro. You really do. And now that we're there, now I'm gonna ask the question. You do
Give it to me.
You do one song about being a bull. And
I always know this is coming. I always know this is coming.
You do one song about being a bull, bro. And is this true? Is it true?
That song is 1,000% true.
Holy shit! This was a real job of yours. You were a bull.
Yes, this is something I did for 5 years.
How did you get into this?
So, at the time when I was in college, I was dating this girl, and she was into they call it play parties, which is just a fun word for orgies.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Hey, would you like to come to one?" And I was like, "Well, I'll come to one, all right."
Fuck yeah, I'm coming to one.
Coming. So got invited, and it was fun. It's so interesting. It's not like eyes wide shut, everybody's wearing a mask. It's like, okay, this room, everybody's fucking, and in the next room, we have a cheesecake.
Okay.
So it was,
That's a big boy's dream right there, bro. We got fucking and cheesecake. I'm there, baby.
and while I was there, I interacted with a couple, and they were like, we have a lot of fun. Sometimes we throw little parties at our house. Would you be interested in coming? And I was like, yeah, sure. That'd be fun. So they gave me their number, and I don't know. I think this is the first time I'm going to tell this story, on anything.
Okay.
Like people that I know this story, but I haven't really talked about it out loud. So I was with this couple for a long time, probably 3 years solid.
Did they pay you?
Sort of. It was that thing where they wouldn't give me money, but they would give me clothes.
Okay.
They bought groceries so I could bring back to my apartment for college.
Oh yeah.
Gas. They bring me out to movies, bring me out to dinner.
You part of the family, baby.
Basically, bought me drugs. And then throughout the time, it was one day I go over. So at the time I was driving a Toyota Avalon. I think it was a 96 Toyota Avalon.
Okay.
And it was getting there. It was almost done.
Yeah.
And I get there and we're talking, we're smoking before the festivities begin, and the husband's like, "So, let me ask you something. What kind of car are you driving?" I was like, "Oh, fucking 96 Toyota Avalon." He's like, "Okay. It's real good, but, I can hear it from in here." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "So, what if I bought you a car?" Ooh. I was like, "What?" It's like, it wouldn't be anything new, but it'd be better than what you have.
Yeah.
And then, at that point, my mind was like, fuck, because... because I'm like, if I take the car, that's a whole commitment.
Yeah.
That's signing a 5-year contract.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't realize they were already buying me stuff. They bought me clothes. Mm-hmm. They bought me groceries.
They were grooming you for this.
Yeah, they were grooming me for this. But I felt like if I took the car, then officially you're a prostitute. That's that's it. That's what you are now. So
not even for cash, for material.
Yeah. And then that relationship didn't last too much longer after that because I made it weird.
Yeah, you didn't take it?
Nah, I didn't take the car.
All right. That's good. That's discipline, though, Your conscience started to kick in.
I don't think it was so much my conscience, but as much as, how do I explain to my mom?
Something in the back.
How I got a new car.
I was thinking my mom. Dude, I'm telling you, you can't tell you. What will my mother say when she finds out?
I'd be like, what are you doing?
Look at that, Mom. You instilled to a good conscience. The motherly love stuck to you. Yeah? It took over. I like that. That's great, bro. But it did last 5 years for you, or did you go to another couple after that?
Another couple.
You went to another couple? How'd you find your other couple?
Awkwardly enough, one of these couples came to a show, and they heard me play that song, and they came up and they're like, "Hey, is that real? Do you do that thing?" And I was like, "Yes, I do that thing." And they're like, "Oh, well, my wife thinks you're pretty hot."
Comedy perks.
Like comedy perks.
Comedy perks. That sounds like a pretty good. That's better than a beer, dog. That's the one I was looking
That's
for.
the one.
That's the one right there.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
That's the. That's what's up, bro. So,
Oh,
so
man.
you stayed with them for a while?
Yeah, I was probably with them for like a year or two,
Hello.
mixing it around.
That's awesome, man. That's
Ah.
fucking great. Yeah, I always wondered, bro. I always wondered. So, what made you stop, or have you?
I had to stop
Dun, dun, dun.
because I met a girl and I love her
That's
to
awesome.
death, and you know we're working on a house.
Yeah, I met your girl. She's awesome. She's
yeah,
a cool chick.
yeah, she came out, and you know you realize that when you're in, I know that if I was in a different relationship, I could probably keep doing that.
Yeah.
But with her, you know, we kind of have rules. We do set boundaries, and that's one of the things that she's not really cool with. And,
Yeah.
you know, I get that. You know, it's not something that.
Especially nowadays, too, with
Yeah.
all that fucking shit that's going on in the world. You don't want to add on the stipulation of
Exactly.
maybe a STD or something.
Right. And you know, it's not anything that I have to do or anything like I'm like, if I don't do this, I'll explode.
Yeah.
You know.
It was just a fun time.
Yeah, it was just something fun to do, and apparently pay my way through college.
That's
So-
awesome. That's awesome. So they really did pay for college?
It's that kind of thing where if you're not paying for like groceries or gas or food, then like yeah, you have extra money to pay for college. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Did you-
tangentially.
Did you get a scholarship, or were you?
No, I didn't get any kind of scholarships. I'm relatively small, so I didn't get anything for football or wrestling.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get one for like choir, but I didn't
Okay.
have like a music major or anything.
Yeah. What did you
so-
major in?
I majored in graphic design with a minor in art history.
Okay. So you like to draw?
No, I don't like to draw, but I do like I do like to admire art. I like to go to NOMA like often.
What's NOMA?
New Orleans Museum of Art.
Oh, okay.
Recently, they just had like me and Noelle, my girlfriend. We just went and we saw like they had the Nefertiti's exhibit from
The mummies and
Egypt.
stuff.
Yeah,
Dude, my girl, when she came down here, she was like, let's go to the New Orleans Museum of Art. And I was like, cool. She was like, the mummies and stuff. But having a baby, we just, it was a new experience. You know what I mean? Maybe next time. But I love museums and stuff like
oh,
that.
dude, it's a lot of fun. If you have a New Orleans ID, you get it for free on Thursdays, I think.
On Thursdays? That's
I
good to know.
think it's on Thursday. But I fucking, you know, we talk about like what art means and you know our expression of it, and I felt like through my understanding of art history, I could admire art in a different way,
Yeah.
and it does help, and it's kind of cool to know just a little bit of the behind the scenes
Yeah.
to certain artists and certain works. So it's just, you know, just something.
I do find that I love that, you know, being behind the scenes and shit like that. Like you do get that extra knowledge of what's going on, just not sitting in the audience. Even though it's nice to be an audience member sometimes.
Oh yeah,
You know, we're gonna have to wrap up. But do you want to play a song?
yeah, I'll definitely play a
Want
song.
to play a song real quick to take us out?
What about the bull?
Yeah,
Whichever one he wants to
I'll
do,
do that.
man.
I'll do that.
Whichever one he wants to do. I love it all, bro.
You picking that up all right? Dope. So I wrote this song because I had to break up with the couple. And this is like my way of processing it at the same time of like, just, here you go. It was magic. It was bliss. I never run from a three-way kiss. It was a good time, but now that it's done, am I still the godfather of your second son. I got this new girlfriend now, and she can never find out about how we used to do cocaine off my balls, had her pushed up against the wall, and he was there to see it all. I'll remember slapping her face with my dong. I knocked it down, I was King Kong. He sat and watched us in a thong. I'll remember us. It was fun, the time we shared. No other tryst could dare compare. From the sweaty mornings to the sticky nights, being so wrong has never felt so right. But my new girlfriend now can never find out about how we used to. On eating ass till the break of dawn, passing out on the front lawn. I'll remember whips and chains and cattle brands. Admit that things got out of hand when I tied her to the ceiling fan. I'll remember us.
Yeah. Thomas Jones, everybody. This has been another episode of Pickles House. Plug your disc one more time.
You can follow me on Instagram at ukulelebrother, and my album, Love Songs for Cryptids. It's available wherever you download music, and at Bandcamp /ThomasJones.com.
Fuck yeah. And if you like this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share this, man. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having
TJ,
me.
my brother. I appreciate you. Love you, man. This was great.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. And thank y'all for watching.
Thank you.
Have a good one.